Rally Duck. We're back. Back to training, back to riding bikes. Let's go. Nope, that's fucking freezing, I need a coat. Take two. Might be spring, ain't warm though, but we are back training. And I can't wait. Bobble hat, warm coat, Uggs, and we've got the Rally Duck dog. This one. Hello Sprox, you excited? Let's go. Today is the first day back for Rally Duck training. Well, first day this year, which is exciting. I'm excited, the dog is excited, even though he doesn't look it. And it's going to be a good weekend. So we've got a new customer booked in. He's been booked in for quite a while, but obviously the COVID thing happened, which we're all sick and tired of hearing about. So he's booked in for a weekend, and basically I thought this would be a good chance to run you through what we do. So today, the first day, is going to be skills, basics, body position, all that sort of stuff. A lot of repetitive loops, but then that means that basically it gives the trainee an opportunity to get used to the terrain and focus more on riding the bike. And then tomorrow is going to be a case of going out on the trails, putting it all together and seeing how it actually works. So take you along for the ride. Don't quite know what happened to my glorious sunshine, but we're going training anyway, so stay tuned. We've got John, who's come up to have a play, and he's not ridden much off-road, so we're going to just do some basic skills, basic drills, see how he gets on, and yeah, we'll update you as we go along. Like I said, this is John.
Hello.
He didn't know we were filming, so this is it's popping my cherry for a vlog and also popping your cherry for a vlog, yeah?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so he's in for a treat because we're figuring this out as we go along, as well as the riding the bike part that we're figuring out, yeah?
Yeah, riding the bike bit, yeah. The hard bit.
Well, we make it not as hard, that's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. So like I said, we're going to run John through some basics, basic positioning, basic things on the bike, just getting more comfortable with it. Obviously, it's not the best weather. This is spring though, you know, yeah. So we'll be all right.
The sun will come out later though. Sure.
Exactly, or tomorrow.
Or tomorrow, yeah.
Springtime is definitely weird. Snow and then sun, to get suntan lotion out at this rate. But basically, sent off John to do some laps, get used to the area. I didn't just send him out on his own, I always give him a guide round, but I'm not going to film that part because it's not fair to him. So send him on the loop. It's about a 2-kilometre loop that I've got here. And I'll walk around to different points to see how he's getting on. If you can imagine, it's a triangle. You've got 2 arms of that triangle that are this sort of terrain, and then 1 arm of it that goes through the trees and is a little bit more technical. Nothing scary, nothing, you know, nothing really hard, but it does make you think and make you reassess, which is really good. So, send John off on that, and then we've started working on his techniques, just getting him more comfortable. Again, I've used the typical head, shoulders, knees, toes analogy, so we've worked on the head position and line choice, we've worked on shoulder position, we're now working on arms, and then we'll be moving down his body. All of this is standing, get him comfortable standing, and then we'll move on to this, but seated, and put it all together. Very quickly then, head, shoulders, knees and toes, I'll run you through that. Head is important because if you're not looking in the right position, you can't see where you're going. That's pretty obvious, but it's not as obvious as people think, because you need to be looking far enough down the trail so you can see the line soon enough, so you can see what's happening soon enough, so you can then prepare your body for it, you can prepare the bike for it. That's why we start with it. It's the most important one. You've got to see where you're going. Gone through the head, we know where that's important, and then I do include shoulders and arms in the same sort of phrase, but head, shoulders, knees and toes is easy to remember. Shoulders and arms do have slightly different importances. I'm not going to give you all my secrets away, admittedly, but I will give you some tips. But onto shoulders. The reason shoulders are important is because if your shoulders are rolled forward like this, kind of like a Quasimodo sort of look, you close off your chest cavity and you're engaging the wrong muscle groups. All that's engaged here is your back muscles. If you put your shoulders back, first off it opens up that chest cavity, means that you can breathe easier. That's always quite helpful. It also allows you to include, make sure that your head is lifted so you're looking further down the trail. And then most importantly, it's not just involving your back muscles, it's engaging your chest muscles, it's engaging your biceps, it's engaging your triceps, it's engaging your deltoids, you're engaging your pectorals. I don't think there's any more muscle groups that I've missed out. I'm sure some physicians will tell me I have, but I think that's all of them. So you're engaging all those muscles then, and as soon as those muscles are engaged, as soon as there's blood flowing to those muscles, it means that when you have to use them, it's not going to be a complete shock and you'll be able to react to what's on the trail. That's why shoulders are important. The next one is knees. Now your knees are really important because everybody goes on about suspension, everybody wants to put fancy suspension on their bikes, they want to put Fox, they want to put Ollins, they want to get K-Tech, they want factory WP cone valves, they want all this expensive suspension, and it's all good stuff. But you were given about 3 foot worth of suspension for free. If your knees are locked out, it's going to hurt. If your knees are bent, you now have suspension. I know, it boggles the mind, doesn't it? So if you've ever done skiing, you need a slight bend in your knee as if you were forward on your ski boots, like that. If you haven't been skiing, that's the position you need to be in. You need a slight bend in the knee, and this means that you can react to any undulations in the terrain. It's not going to catch you off by surprise. The other thing you need to be doing, you need to be gripping the bike with your knees. Your legs are so much more stronger than you even want to pretend to believe that your arms are. So use them. Grip the bike. That means that when it starts wiggling around, it starts getting a little bit hairy, you're now more in control. The final one, toes. Everybody rides like a duck, which surprisingly I'm not a fan of, even with the name. You need to have your toes tucked in. This is for 2 reasons. When your feet are sticking out, obviously you're exposing yourself to a bit more risk. You could catch it on ruts or roots or anything like that. And it also means that you're not hovering over your controls. You're not in charge of where your brake is or your gear lever is. The other reason that you want your toes tucked in is when your toes are tucked in, it turns everything in. So if I'll just show you like this, you're riding like that, you've got a big gap between here. You tuck your toes in, your knees close in, that means you can grip the bike easier. Now I'm not saying that's the stance you need to be in, but if you can imagine, you're like that, toes are out, larger space. Tuck your toes in, you can grip with the bike. Your thighs are now engaged, it's doing more work for you without you even realising. Tuck your toes in. So there you have it. Very quick, very basic things to work on. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. To summarise, head, get it looking up, get it looking down the trail. Shoulders, get them out, get your chest puffed out, pretend like you're trying to impress someone, make sure those muscle groups are engaged. Get your arms out, your biceps are now engaged. Knees, get them bent, get your legs engaged. Toes, get them tucked in, make sure you can grip the bike. Have fun. Tartan you. Here you go, so here's John coming now. You can see his head's up, arms are out, much better position. So his head is up, he's looking where he's going, his arms are out, his shoulders are down, everything's working from the top half, which is fantastic. Now we'll start moving on to his knees and his toes. What do you reckon, John?
Getting there, we're getting there.
Getting there, are we?
I think so.
Very important part, if you are working on things or training on things, drink. That's not alcohol, by the way, that's water or squash or something. It's really important to have little breaks and often. Maximum you want to be practicing anything for is an hour. Make sure you stop, make sure you hydrate, have a minute, have a breather, get back to it. Do your due
diligence.
That's the one. I'll use a different fucking word. I'm gonna fuck that up. Rome wasn't built in a day, and you're not going to become Ricky Carmichael or Ricky Brabeck in 20 minutes. Take your time, enjoy the process, little by little, and you'll get there. Trust the process. Enjoying it so far then?
Yeah, it's great. Brilliant.
I'll chuck in that $5 later.
$5?
Oh, and by the way, the dog is part of the package. Dog goes everywhere the duck goes. Free hugs all round.
Free hugs.
So the Box Fresh 690 has had a little whoopsie. The handlebars are now out of kilter, so we've got to fix them. We could undo all the bolts, take it all out, put all the, retighten it all up, get everything lined up, get the micrometer out, do all that shit. Or we could knock hell out of it.
Sorted.
Sorted?
Sorted.
Ta-da! Fixed.
Fixed.
Nailed it. What do you reckon, dog? Go get him then. Dog's got 4-wheel drive, see, so he's cheating. Ice on the puddles just should not be allowed. I am not a fan. It's also snowing. Camera's probably not picking it up, but it's snowing. I need to move somewhere warmer, like Spain. I think Spanish rally duck camp has a good ring to it. Might need to get on it. And let the bike do the work. Excellent. One little dab, but still in control. That's the most important part. In control, letting the bike do the work. So happy with that. Bearing in mind, he was not enjoying coming down here to start with, so it's really, really good. Great to see the confidence levels improving, and just letting the bike do the work is the most important part. That's a close-up of what he's just come down. One step there. Let me get down here and not go on my arse. That's the first step, and then you've got the second step there. And then that's what you're looking at on the bike. Back down to the fire road, featuring Hooligan Dog. That's a line I wouldn't recommend, but you know, if you're ballsy enough to send it like the dog, then power to you. Nailed it, see? Come on then, you. Yep, it's definitely snowing. Ugh. I don't get this weather. I'm not a fan. So I'm really happy with the progress John's making now. He's moving a lot more on the bike, and that's a really important one. He's not just static on it. We've been coming down the hill. Downhill's always easier because you can fall down, but you actually need to commit to going up to it. So he's been going downhill, really happy with that. Now we're sending him uphill, and that'll really teach him to move backwards and forwards on the bike. I'm hoping when I come around this corner, I don't see a 690 sat on a rock step. And what I don't see from here is a 690 stuck on a rock step. Perfect. Nice and smooth, nice and in control, and that's what we want. One thing I really work on with a lot of people that come to me is confidence. Motorcycling is a big confidence sport. You've got to trust yourself, you've got to trust your bike, you've got to trust your abilities, all that sort of stuff. A big part of it is trusting yourself. If you got off the bike, kicked the side stand off, it would fall over. The reason the bike is doing any of it is because you're doing it. Now you can say it's because of traction control and all this other shit, but like I just said, if you let go of the bike, it would fall over. You need to remember that part. A lot of people are very, very critical of themselves and say, oh, well, I didn't quite do this, I didn't quite do that. If you look at it in a pass-fail area, that's what you need to look at it. If you clean it, that's excellent, but if you get up it, it's still a pass. So his elbows are up, his head is up, nice smooth throttle. It's so rewarding getting to see him do that, because like I said, he was not happy about coming down it, and now he's going up it without even looking at it. Like I was saying, a lot of people are very, very critical of themselves and say, oh, I didn't quite do it this way, I didn't quite do it that way, and it's bollocks. You just look at it in percentages. If there's 5 parts to any obstacle you need to get right in terms of body position, line choice, gear choice, and everything else, if you do one right and you still got up it, you're 20% right. If you do 2 things right, you're 40% right, and so on and so on and so on. If you do everything right and only do 1 mistake, that's 80% right. That is a pass in anyone's book. Don't be so harsh on yourself. It's called learning and progress for a reason. Nice and controlled, that's all we could ask for. Well, I could probably ask for a coffee actually, because I'm f***ing freezing. Come on, dog. Happy?
Happy.
The baseball hat has been swapped out for the bobble hat because of this. Did I mention that Rally Duck does snowboard training too? Rally Duck. I'm a dick. Could have been worse. I could have drawn it on the bike.
Yeah, it's good. Oh.
You having fun, mate?
Oh yeah, loving it. Welcome to Worlds.
Did you bring your skis?
Should have.
You should have, shouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's not that cold, honest.
He did grips so full.
Oh, fucking lovely. So I've gone through the basic standing technique with John. I've got it to a position where I'm happy with him, but more importantly, he's comfortable with what he's doing. He can tell when he's doing it right and he can tell when he's doing it wrong. Now what I'm going to move towards is his seating position. Always get the standing position right and then move towards the seating position, because if you've got the standing position right, there's only a couple of minor tweaks to get your seating position correct. So I've sent him away, I've told him what I'm expecting him to see. Let's see if he does it. So he's done 2 flybys now. He's beginning to try and lean the bike over, but I'm going to stop him on this run through so I can stop him getting any bad habits and get through some stuff. It's also stopped snowing, which tends to be a nice thing, so I'm going to swap out the bobble hat for my baseball cap because I can't see a fucking thing. It might be a little bit heavy snow going on. What do you reckon, John?
I'd say so.
Just a little bit. And I can't see anything, so the goggles have come to the rescue. I'm not riding, but snow in the eyes is never good. So Scott goggles. Now I can see. Come on then, let's practice these turns. Good thing about where we train is that obviously the snow's not sticking at the moment. It's not freezing, it's a bit cold obviously with the snow, but there's still plenty of grip on the ground. It is Wales, so the fire roads tend to actually have more grip the wetter they are, believe it or not. So for as long as the grip is good, we're going to keep training. And if we can't get back on the roads, then we've got dirt bikes, so it'll be a fun trip home. Even in these conditions, John's really impressed me, to be fair. It's horrible weather, you can't see, it's cold. He has got heated grip, so he's cheating a little bit, but we'll allow it. And he's still progressing, he's still learning, he's still training, and it's great. He's coming through here now, line choice is perfect, head's in a good position, he's getting over, he's getting up the tank, his elbows are coming out, so it's really, really good. We're getting it! Come on then. Just put your seatbelt on. You're gonna flipping stink on the way home, aren't you? There you go. Good? Good boy. Look after the van. So you've seen the progress that we've made. This is just a general rundown of it. Obviously a lot more happens behind the scenes, but the most important part is, have you enjoyed it?
I've enjoyed myself.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you 10 out of 10 recommend?
100%, yeah. Rally Duck, 100% recommend.
Yes! See? It's worth those 5, isn't it?
We'll have to talk about that.
He's on commission now. But yeah, time to get home. Snow's easing off a little bit, typically, now we've stopped riding. The journey home might be a bit interesting, so I'll keep you updated. Not a bad little view, is it, eh? Not bad at all. I reckon that wraps up this first vlog, Ben. I don't know if I'm going to call it a vlog, but I'll call it something. But whatever it is, this is the end of it. You've seen like a general rundown of how rally duck training works. You've seen what the dog gets up to. Basically, he's napping. And yeah, let me know if you want to know more. If you want to know anything else, if you want to see any other stuff, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just kind of keep making random stuff. So, hope you enjoyed. See ya. Rally duck.